All right, let's dive right in. Welcome to today's explainer. We're going to unpack a massive financial paradox that trips up so many of us. You work incredibly hard. You might even have a fantastic corporate job. You earn a really decent salary. And yet, at the end of the month, you still feel completely broke. Your money just seems to vanish faster than a magician's assistant. It's a highly stressful cycle. You're bringing in thousands, but your bank account simply doesn't reflect that effort. So today, we're looking at the source material to reveal exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how a single structural paradigm shift can completely automate your financial freedom. So, why are you still broke after payday? It's kind of the ultimate question for high-earning professionals. You get that direct deposit, and for a day, you feel incredibly wealthy. But then, as the source material points out, undirected cash always disappears. We often fall into the trap of thinking that earning more money will just magically solve our financial chaos. But if your expenses naturally rise to match your new earnings, a trap known as lifestyle inflation, you end up staying completely stuck. You think you're winning because you have a better car or a larger home, but you're actually just expanding your liabilities. Section 1. The paycheck to paycheck trap. Earning well but having absolutely nothing to show for it. 0. The sources make a profound point about average financial habits here. If you wait to save what is left at the end of the month, you will have exactly zero savings left. Most people pay their bills first, then they spend money on their lifestyle, and finally, they try to save the scraps that remain. The painful reality is that high corporate earners bring in thousands, yet often live entirely paycheck to paycheck because of this exact habit. When money sits completely unassigned in your checking account, human nature basically guarantees you'll find a way to spend it. Treating your savings as an afterthought, that's a guaranteed path to financial zero. Because let's be honest, saving what's left severely limits your potential. When you leave your money exposed to the daily temptation of consumer spending, you are actively draining your future wealth. Every time you make an emotional purchase, maybe stress triggers a little retail therapy, and you buy something for temporary comfort, that happiness fades almost instantly, and the guilt sets in. That money could have bought assets. Giving into this daily temptation leaves your bank account empty and severely caps what you can build for your future self. Section 2. The willpower problem. Why traditional budgeting always fails. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, hey, I just need to be more disciplined and stick to a strict budget, right? Well, the source material heavily warns against this. Traditional budgeting relies entirely on finite willpower. You might stick to a rigid budget for a week, maybe even a whole month, but unexpected life events, they don't ask for permission, they just show up. Stress hits, and that instantly triggers emotional spending. Rigid financial rules are simply too demanding for our busy, chaotic lives, and they completely fail to account for human error. The moment you are tired or distracted, the strict financial system breaks entirely. The real kicker here is that human willpower is notoriously unreliable. Motivation is emotional, and it's temporary. If you rely on motivation to manually transfer money into your savings account every single month, you're setting yourself up for failure. You need structural discipline, not emotional motivation. The wealthy know that human effort gets tired and eventually fails, so they remove willpower from the equation altogether. Section 3. Reverse your financial flow. The paradigm shift that guarantees wealth. Okay, look at the stark contrast in behavior here. Most people treat their savings as the scraps left over after a whole month of spending. But to guarantee wealth, you've got to do the exact opposite. The wealthy do the exact opposite of the average earner. They invest first, and they live on the remainder. They never test their willpower. They prioritize acquiring assets before a single dollar is spent on consumer goods. By reversing the flow, they ensure their future is fully funded before their present desires can interfere. This concept is known as paying yourself first. It's defined as reversing your financial flow to prioritize your investments the absolute moment your paycheck arrives before any spending occurs. This single behavioral shift changes your entire financial destiny. It moves you from a mindset of consumption to a mindset of production and ownership. When you prioritize paying yourself first, you are literally buying your long-term freedom instead of funding someone else's business through consumer spending. Section 4. Automating your wealth machine. Building systems that run forever. Knowing you need to pay yourself first is awesome, but actually executing it flawlessly requires a system. Here's how this builds into a practical sequence. Step 1. Your paycheck arrives. Step 2. Immediately, auto transfers trigger, moving a set percentage directly to your savings and investments. Step 3. Your essential bills get paid automatically. And step 4, which is absolutely the best part, you engage in completely guilt-free spending of whatever cash is left over. By automating your weekly or monthly deposits, the exact moment the money hits your account, you ensure your future is taken care of without you having to lift a finger. By setting up this automated sequence, you completely eliminate human error. You remove the daily temptation to impulsively spend your future wealth. You never even see the money sitting idly in your checking account, so your brain doesn't register it as available to spend. The system does the saving. The system provides the discipline. And once you design these automated decision systems, you'll experience immense relief. Living on the remainder means the cash left in your account is yours to spend without an ounce of stress. Section 5. The invisible path to freedom, silent growth in the background. You know, real wealth is often totally invisible. It isn't the flashy cars or the giant houses. It's unspent cash and productive assets working for you. This single shift in your financial system creates an automated path to freedom that runs silently in the background of your life. It starts small, sure, but through the power of compounding, it acts like a giant snowball, accumulating massive momentum and mass with time. There's this quote from the sources that perfectly distills our entire explainer today. Set your system up once, let wealth build silently, consistency happens in the background. Boring consistency is literally the ultimate cheat code to long-term wealth. You don't need spectacular intensity, you just need to execute your simple plan every day without stopping. By setting it up once, you ensure that consistency is permanently baked into your lifestyle. So I want to leave you with a provocative question to chew on. Are you going to keep saving the scraps, relying on failing willpower, and watching your hard-earned money just vanish? Or will you make these structural paradigm shift today, reverse your financial flow, and pay your future self first? The choice is entirely yours, but only one path guarantees your financial freedom. Thanks for learning with me today, and I highly encourage you to take that first step and automate your systems right now.